Hello friends, in this video I'm going to describe how to play this game called Golden Ball. It's a two-player game and it's a points-based game. Each player alternates taking a shot, so you get one shot each and then it's the other player's turn. So on every shot you have to consider that you are setting up the cue ball for your opponent. Now, if you add up the points for all of these balls, it adds up to 35. So to win the game, you need 18 out of 35. The closest score possible would be 18 to 17. So play begins with a standard break. And the first thing to do is to determine each player's target pocket. I'll go ahead and play a sample game now to show you how the game begins and how score is kept. All right, here we go. Now, one player makes a break, and usually the table will be open, but for selecting, in order to define your target pocket, you have to make a ball in that hole. And I should point out that the target holes can only be the corner pockets. The side pockets are not available because they are really too hard to play the game from those, so they're sort of prohibited. But anyway, the first player will define his target pocket by pocketing a ball in that. So at this moment, the table is open, but when, for example, this ball is pocketed in the corner, so now player one has scored 1 point, and that has defined his pocket. Now the next player will also want to define a pocket, and of course, like I said, the turns alternate. So this player will take a shot, and he'll go for this corner pocket. So we've got player one and player two now have defined their pocket. So when that happens, I move these numbers over to show who is using which pocket. Now, in this case, gameplay has begun, and player one has 1 point, and this player has 3 points. So the score is 1-3. And throughout the game, players should announce the score each time because it's easy to forget the score. But right now it's 1-3, and I'll play a little bit more and carry on and show how the game works. Now, um, you won't always have a shot, but at the very least, you will want to set up your balls towards your target pocket. Now, a few words on the golden ball. The golden ball is worth 7 points, but it's not you. At this moment, the golden ball is locked, which means you cannot pocket it for its 7 points. The question arises, when is it possible to pocket the golden ball? The answer to that is after all of the solid balls have been pocketed. So basically, think of the golden ball as it must be the last solid ball pocketed. Okay, now I'll continue. 1-3. Okay, 1-3. Take a shot. 1-4. 2-4. 2-4. Five to 4. Almost. All right, so that's a general idea of how the game is played. Um, as I said, you continue until a player achieves 18 points. And once all of these solid balls are gone, you are allowed to shoot at the golden ball, which of course gives you 7 points. So a big part of the strategy, obviously, is to try to get the solid balls instead of the stripes, and keep in mind how you leave the next ball for your opponent. And when it comes time to pocket the last ball, be especially careful how you leave the cue ball on the golden ball, because your opponent will be able to pocket it. Now, the scoring can yield pretty exciting finishes, and even if you're down by 7 points, you can always come back at the end by scoring the golden ball. So you almost always have some hope at the end. Keep in mind, 7 points. That's like scoring two solids and one striped. So, all right, that's a quick summary of Golden Ball, how to start the game, how to select your target pockets, and ultimately how to win. Thank you.